It's your man, Pooh-Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master.
And I'm Control Flirt Delete. Just call me Vivian.
Rhyming us for nerds. Oh, that's why I do it, right? All right, so we've got something special for you guys today. It's an exhibition match with pro players from the Hyperdash League and pro players from the Solaris League community. They got different names. Off-World Solaris. Anyway, just type exclamation point giveaway. You'll actually get access to their two different giveaways that they have. It shows you where their Twitters are. You follow those and get access to all that stuff so you can get some keys. They're giving away bunches and bunches of keys. And we're going to have ourselves a good time watching these guys play each other in Population 1 War. Just recently, Big Box allowed us to have private lobbies, and they allowed us to invite our friends to there and put on as many teams as you want to in order to essentially play War. It's an interesting way that they're going to combat it. A lot of new stuff has been introduced in that game since we last broadcast it, including like the M60, the Center Tower, Katanas. It's going to be a hell of a match. Vivian.
Well, I was just going to say, like, we have Hyperdash and Solaris. So I think this is one of those age-old things where, like, you come over to our game and play us. No, you come over to our game
and
play
that's exactly
us.
what it is.
So they're like, well, we're going to pop one because we've heard of that.
It's neutral ground. They're like neutral ground. We'll meet in Population 1. But, like, low-key, several players on Hyperdash played the living crap out of this during the beta. So this might end up being a little bit ugly, but we'll see what's going to happen. We have ourselves a brilliant cameraman in the...
play.
Don't Feel the Reaper. That's the name. Don't Feel the Reaper. Took me a minute to pull up his name in my head. But yes, he's going to be working cameraman for us. We're just waiting for their match to get started. They are already all loaded up in their private lobby. They just got to press the button. So I told them, hey, start at exactly like 5 minutes after the cast starts, because that's how long we're going to fill waiting for them to go. And then I'll just press this green button. Probably it's the green one, right?
Maybe.
Green means go.
Oh, sure. Anyway, let's shout out to the players though. But really, I just want to shout out to one, Quicksilver, because she's a Coletto.
Yeah, Quicksilver of Quick Cosplay, right, on Twitter. I think one of the first cosplays we saw from her was as the one of the characters from Population 1, wearing that rainbow jacket that we all desire and want, and the kitty cat ears and hype sunglasses, hanging actually from a building as well, just like you do. So it was very good stuff. And then her career just rocketed off. All right, well, you know, we're going to jump in here a little bit early because our cameraman, he can't start out as a cameraman. So he has to fly to the ground and try to get himself killed as quickly as possible. Generally, what you want to do is find a grenade and just eat it. Like you literally just pull the pin and throw it in your mouth. But
I feel like you're making fun of me. Okay,
no. That's what you want to do in order to get in spectate. They don't just have like a quick way to do it. They had to put him on his own team so that when he dies, it's game over. Somebody's gonna get him. You can't shoot yourself in this game. It doesn't work. You can't shoot yourself, Reaper.
Make fun of him.
It's not that kind of game, Reaper.
No, this isn't Pavlov or.
I wonder how long he's going to keep trying this.
Oh,
it's not going to work.
Forever.
He's like freaking out. He's like, I've never played this game before in my life.
He's like, help.
You see, it was like 1 versus like 17.
Quit button.
Yeah, you need to just climb to the top of the building and jump off of it, man. You know what's funny? As actually, I heard that he is playing our stream in his headset, so he should be hearing us on a slight delay, but he'll hear us.
Really? Oh, you're a sweetheart.
Yay! All right.
Okay. Oh.
And now he's just got to select spectator, and we'll see what happens.
All right. So I want to hear in the chat who.
He has to press his menu button, I think, in order to do it. No, that's not going to be it.
Set your height.
It's you know what? It's acting like he's actually on a team, and I thought he was he was all by himself, because if his whole team doesn't go, then he can't camera for us. This is not working the way that they thought they tested. Yeah. Don't do that.
Don't be nervous. It's okay.
Let's take a look at what were his team settings. Like if he could load up who was all on the map and who's supposed to be on his team. Then we can see why he's not dying. Because I thought it said it was 1. It was just him versus everybody.
Maybe these private lobbies are too private.
Or maybe they're just bugged.
Oh.
I did ask them to test this ahead of time, but, you know. It happened. I like Fathead. Fathead's like, well, it worked yesterday.
Sure. You call tech support, then it starts working.
Well, I don't know how he can wait for revive if he's the only man on the team. So I'm wondering if he can pull up his list of team people and confirm that he's all by himself. Because that's a weird thing for the game to ask him to wait for a revive.
That's it. This is VR. Let's not forget.
There's always something in VR, right? I kind of, as quickly as everybody rushed in to do this and try to like quickly grab us a cameraman, I was thinking, I was like, there's no way this is going to go off without a hitch. But I had my fingers crossed. I got good and drunk. I know you did too, right?
Not everything can be a Coletto tournament, you know?
So we'll see what ends up happening. He said he's going to join back in and he'll be spectating. So we'll see if he if he's able to join back in. I don't know if he can join into a match that's already started, unless I like get everybody in the match to like end. We'll see. We're actually keeping an eye on him right now. Those of you just tuning in, nothing has happened. I am Poonanners.
A lot has happened. Don't listen to
Well, just type ! giveaway into the chat so you can actually get yourself registered for those chats. Ooh, wow, we're getting a slideshow. And yes, he's in spectate mode. Let's take a look.
Let's go in.
All right. Well, while he tries to figure out the appropriate what's it called, spectator controls, you really want to try to probably use follow cam until you have a lot of experience with how far away he is. But we can see there is easily 5 members of one team. If I could see their names, I could tell you what team it was, but I do not know if this is the Hyperdash or the Solaris team.
It's probably Mr. Trinidad or Reefer or the fat one. There's like several fat ones.
Yeah, but their names are just too far away to read. If you did like follow cam, we would be able to see people much easier. But we see one team right now. They're doing a classic loot and grab. This is where you run around as fast. You based on.
Do you want to do that now in the beginning?
Oh, 100%. Especially if you're playing war, because you're both going to be on other ends of the map. You can actually pick where people are going to go at whenever you're setting the matchup. But what you want to do is you know where the drops are, you know where your good stuff is going to be, and you plot yourself a path where you're going to grab as many things as possible, but not paying too much attention about where it is. You just need to grab as much of stuff as quickly as possible. But you need your other teammates to be smart enough to not all do the same freaking path that you're doing. Otherwise, whoever's there first gets everything, and the people behind you get nothing, right? Another thing that we like to do is based on the members of our team, we'll know what weapons they prefer. So on my path, if I come across, snipers, and I know that I have a sniper on my team, I will let them know. I just like, hey, I found myself a gold Sacco. You want it? Whoever your Sacco man is, I got the Sacco. See if they want it. And if they don't, then you just ditch it. You find out who your grenadier is.
Away. Well, they're
making a play
for higher.
Well, what they're doing is they're making a play for cemetery.
Tell me things.
Okay. So what's happening right now? If you take a look at the map, they're making a play for cemetery. You see that the zone is shrinking in about 2 minutes. They got plenty of time to actually get to this new zone. Yeah, the new zone is going to shrink themselves down to that white line is drawn around cemetery.
I love how many times you've explained this game to me, and then I keep acting like you haven't. And you still do.
And I will take you seriously every time. Now, we actually are seeing fights right now. One of the interesting things I noted was that since he's a spectator, not on any one of the teams, everybody's going to show up reds as an enemy. You're not going to know which team's which. Instead, you're going to have to be paying attention to what side of the field they are and who's shooting at who. If only he was close enough to someone's name for me to pick out a couple of names, then I would know which team was which.
I know who people think who they're rooting for, like which game. If they had to go into another game,
they're going to play best.
Hyperdash or Solaris.
They're going to play best of 3. Cross me. That's the plan. Yeah.
This is kind of like when Pavlov and Onward players played against
Crash
each other.
Zone. Let's get some more players. I don't recognize the Crash Zone name. Allison's got the list. Vivian's got the list of names. She might know who Crash Zone is.
Hyperdash. Oh no, that's the team. Dragon VR. No,
Dragon's not playing.
Axion. Okay, listen. Crash Zone, Reefer, Bricker.
Crash Zone is a Hyperdash player?
Yes.
Okay, so the Hyperdash players are assaulting the Solaris players, who are the ones who took up shop in Cemetery first. But the problem is that they found themselves some cover, but it's not excellent cover. And I don't see anybody building a lot of cover just yet either.
Yeah, they are just running at each other. It's a running gun.
Well, that's both games. Hyperdash and Solaris are running gunners.
Yeah.
We see ourselves a zone grenade went off there. That's basically flips the zone momentarily. Although if I remember correctly, it only flips it one way. Does a little damage over time, basically to try to get people to clear out of an area where they have plenty of cover. They're having to rush out in the middle. Oh, it's Izzyar Bart, one of the best players from Hyperdash in Population 1. And Izzyar Bart knows how to build. Izzyar Bart's like hiding in the red zone. That's what you want in the storm, in the zone of denial. You can go through there. Most people do, especially if they're new to the game, do not expect you to rush through there. So you can run through there and circle around behind your enemy. But I do see lots of Solaris players dropping like flies. There's only a few more left, and they do appear to be outnumbered by an aggressive amount of players from Hyperdash. There's only 3 left. They're rushing in on them. It is almost completely over. There it is.
Well,
Hyperdash
you
with
know
the win.
what? Solaris has a cool Discord, so there's that.
Well, in all fairness, Fathead and Izzyar Bart are also playing, and they were playing during the beta. They're really good. We did mention it's like, hey, kind of take it easy on them a little bit. Solaris players don't have as much experience in Population 1. They said that they would try to suss it out. They would figure out like kind of how hard they should go, and kind of maybe let up a little bit. And then they're talking about like maybe rebalancing the teams. Like if there's obviously way too many tryhards in the game, they were going to put them on their own team and then have the other 2 teams versus them.
It's VR gaming. Everyone is tryhard. It's a requirement. All right. Well, I couldn't see it as close up as I have in previous games, but yeah, that was a quick one.
Well, it is a quick game, and it's a maximum of 5 minutes, or is it?
Yeah, but I thought there was going to be more
6 minutes.
shopping and some climbing and some views, but everyone was like,
That's 5 minutes. 5 minutes is how long the game typically lasts at a max. But I believe when you do private lobbies, I think they give you a lot of settings that you can do. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I was being told that there's a lot of little settings you can flip on and off and play around with it. But yeah, the matches are pretty quick. This is why we had said early on that this game would work really good for esports, because the big problem we've been having with VR esports is that all the matches just take too long, or there was no way to like clean up how long they take. We had to make severe changes to
the longer
Onward.
it takes, the more sophisticated one must be. So like Onward is like the most sophisticated of players.
Yeah, but if you want to fly out 8 players and have a bracket, that's
oh my god, he's
take
taking
you
me
weeks.
seriously.
Always.
I'm trying to be offended.
You know me, I'm always going to take you seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we had the same thing in Echo Arena where the clock stopped constantly, and that made the matches last insanely long, and they made changes to that. Everybody's made alterations to make the match links more predictable. But Population 1 started out that way. It's a very predictable time frame. And they did that because they wanted people to be able to enjoy the game without feeling like they were getting exhausted. There are a lot of VR games like that.
It's like what? I think it's still as popular as when it came out. Everyone's still hot on it. So
yeah, it's working apparently. Yeah, that was their sweet spot of how long they wanted it to last. Was 5 minutes. They're like, this seems to feel good. I mean, you and I have played a lot of VR esports games, and that does happen where if a game is kind of long and exhausting and you don't get enough breaks, at some point you have to stop playing the game because you've got to take a break. Granted, that's usually about 3 or 4 hours in, but
I thought it like some of them were long to like weed out, youngins. People with more patience, perhaps.
Yeah.
And here we go.
So a bit of fun. The mouse is actually on the screen for Don't Fear the Reaper right now, but that's okay. We're just going to pretend like we can't see it.
That's a tradition.
Tradition, the mouse on the screen. Now, back when in the original beta, when this was a PC VR game, those windmills used to move. So much has changed.
Oh, that Quest.
The Quest ruins everything. I'm just kidding. Quest is great. We love Quest around here.
They're listening. Shh.
They will come and get you. They know where I live.
Speaking of which, we are live on Facebook.
That is correct. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. I'm sure that makes one of those guys unhappy about this, but we made sure not to sign any documents whenever we started streaming so that they could be mad at us, but they couldn't do anything about it. That's the idea. All right, so we already have people set up in the cemetery. If I get a close look at some of these names, I can tell who it is. Or if that's Izzy or Bart, yeah, I see Izzy or Bart. Just a inkling of Izzy or Bart's name there on the right. They're already set up in cemetery. And so now that they've got the footing in cemetery, now they even have more advantage than they had last time, which does not look good for Solaris.
So they should be done in 3 minutes. Yeah, I thought Izzy or Bart wasn't gonna play because she was too OP.
Yes, that was the idea, was to make sure that didn't happen. And then Dragon dropped out, and they needed another player. As Daz told me, he's like, yeah, it looks like Fathead figured out how to sneak Izzy back into the game.
Ugh, that.
And that was the funny thing about that is I was telling Fathead, I was like, look, I know that you know how to pull back a little bit, Like, when you realize that you're picking on toddlers, you can pull back a little bit. I don't think Izzy can pull back.
That's nice that you're nice to toddlers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was another thing, too. Like, they were asking Izzy not to play, and Izzy said, well, I was the first person to sign up. Well, no. Izzy said, I'm the first person to sign up. I was excited to do this. And I was like, did you say to her, you were excited to beat up on toddlers? Because that's kind of messed up. Not to call Solaris players toddlers, but compared to the level that Izzy was playing at, that's pretty much what it would look like. So that's why they were kind of not wanting her to play. Or if she was going to play, dial it back a little bit. Like, just go katanas only. Katanas are still fairly OP. I mean, you can still do a lot with them. But to go full bore. There's Fathead over there on the left, too. I mean, having both Fathead and Izzy or Bart on the field can be a bit much. But that was the idea, right, Vivian? Where someone says, you come play our game. They're like, no. You come play our game. No. It's like, meet us in this other game that we also are secretly really good at.
Yeah, they wanted to play chess originally, but we're like, come on, guys.
Well, chess has gotten very popular on Twitch recently, so maybe.
Oh, my gosh, Poonanners.
It's who I am. Man, that's a very interesting way to handle what is essentially war mode, where you basically just have one zone. It's like, all right, it's going to be here in a couple minutes. Like, take your time, but that's where we're going to end. There's no like RNG on where the zone's going to end. It's like, let it go, let it fly. All right, it looks like our cameraman is just kind of chilling.
Yeah,
He forgot he was cameramanning.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, this is pretty fun."
I want to fly around. I'm gonna fly around and see what I can see. Got to play with those controls and switch around to follow mode. You can get behind some people and get a really good shots. There's a whole lot of buttons on those controllers.
Go closer to the ones that are moving. Camera person. There you go.
Well, there's buttons he can press, if I remember correctly, that will switch him to like follow mode and it'll jump behind people.
Look at those cat ears. Wait, go back. Oh, they're so nice looking.
I was trying to figure out who said Loco
hello
Dojo.
to people in the chat. Alex VR.
That's right,
and
Alex of the Between Realities podcast.
I don't know.
Is that it?
I don't know. Alex is an obscure name, so maybe.
Could be any of the Alexes, actually. I mean, there are two V's in the VR name, so it might not even. It says VR, like it might not even be Alex VR.
Maybe Alex VR. Well, Alex VR.
Oh, it's Alex from VR. Alex. So Battle Royale Alex, actually.
No. Oh, he was a guest too.
Yeah, just very recently. All right, we are behind the players who are ready to rock and roll. They got themselves set up on this rock on the other side of the map. I'm not entirely sure the thought process here because it looked like the map was going to collapse around Cemetery. Maybe I got a bad look at it. Maybe they don't know how the map's supposed to collapse. I don't know.
This. Oh. Wait. Okay. Oh, wow. I am VR sick.
Yeah. He's obviously in his headset, and I can tell that he's trying to keep his head mostly stillish.
Okay, it's okay. I casted games as the camera person, and I get it. It's rough.
It's the snap turn. That's what gets people. Ooh, we got sniper fire coming down the field. They're missing their shots though. Was that Izzy or Bart? Because Izzy or Bart usually doesn't miss the sniper shots. Although Izzy might not have played.
If they're missing, maybe they're missing on purpose. Oh wait, no, this is a different. You wouldn't do that here.
No. Okay, no, it isn't collapsing around Cemetery. Apparently, I wasn't paying attention. It's God. What did the developers used to call this road? They had a name for this. They had a name for this road because literally just crossing this road means you're going to die because it's so wide open. And developers like way back in 2017 had already named it.
Way back in 2017, the beginning of VR, ish. There we go. Get some action. Get in there.
All right. Well, they're trying to figure out how they're going to approach this hill. We got Solaris, I believe, set up on this hill, which is a good place a good position for them to be if the people have to push to the hill. And it looks like the zone is going to collapse. They'll have to give up this hill eventually. It's all wide open area where they're going to have to go to. So they could fight it out here while the wall of the storm closes in on them and pushes them off the rocks, which is really not going to be ideal. And it doesn't look like the Solaris guys have really understood the concept of just building your way out of problems. And unless somebody has the M60, you can build your way out of pretty much any problem.
Like in life.
Yes. Oh. We got one guy building his way out of the problems. He's trying his best. If only I could read those names. Oh, they're building their way into the world's most horrible zone collapse. Those cliffs over on the right side is pretty much where you want to set up if you have any kind of a chance. You got more cover over there. I've seen lots of games end over in that direction. Oh, we got ourselves some zone bombs, zone grenades going off, trying to push people out of their cover. Izzy knocked down another person. There's only, I think, 4 or 5. Actually, there's plenty of people left, it looks like. Oh, one guy's just moving out in the middle. Gonna get himself gunned down, but the cover that the Hyperdash guys have is just too OP. And those grenades did not push anybody out.
It's like they knew.
It's not going to work out. That rush is not a good idea. I don't believe in that action. But, oh, I'm seeing pinatas just popping left and right. It looks like they're getting people in the ground. It looks like Solaris players actually have themselves the edge they need. Got a few knocked down. We got reses coming up. People pushing into the storm. They don't even care. They're like, I'm going to do what I do and get in here and finish this game. And Solaris actually pulling off the win.
Yeah, because they heard you were talking shit.
You know, it's really funny. That was Daz, who was the organizer over on the Solaris side. He had said, or maybe was it him or was it Fathead? It was one of the two of them. It's like, we wanted you to do it because we knew that you would be unbiased. And I was like, man, I'm biased about everything. And I was like,
invited me? Well, I am just here for the hair, so.
That is correct. Yeah. You're my the bodyguard for my hair guard. Was it? All right, so back to cameras while they get ready for another match. That is 1-1 now, Hyperdash and Solaris. I mean, they might have pulled back a little bit on the Hyperdash guy side. I mean,
no, I don't think so. Don't do that. Don't listen to him. See, he's the kind that's like, play nice. Okay, give them a chance.
They might have. They might not have. They might not have. I might be just talking out of school.
You see, that's why he's behind the desk. Oh,
that is exactly. No, you're right. You're right. That's why I'm behind the desk. Because it is terrifying to be in the match. It's just too much stress.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'm sorry that you're losing.
The stress is bad for my hair.
Yes, it is. So that's why he's behind the desk.
That's why my hair looks like this. It was so bad.
By the way, follow Hair Nanners on Twitter.
Yes, that's right. The entire point of the Hair Nanners account that was started by parties unknown was to try to get more followers than me. And so don't follow Hair Nanners because that will hurt my feelings.
Hair Nanners is so entertaining.
Does that count?
And Hair
anything?
Nanners knows if you're joking.
Fair enough.
All right, looks like we've got fans of Solaris in here. I'm trying to see, where are the control fans? I heard they were coming out, but I guess not.
Where's the love? Okay. Remember when you used to have love? When people cared?
That's so naive. Naive me.
Well, we're going to get ready for another round, I believe. They're going to be playing another round because I believe I am correct in my assertion that it was Hyperdash winning one and Solaris winning one. I could be 100% wrong on that one, but I think that's what happened.
We're not. We're kind of sure.
There's no labels on the team, so I'm just having to like guess based on names.
You shouldn't label people. That's good. That's big of you.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. It's Gen X. We're just super against the labeling things.
Yeah, most dead girl in VR. You are right, sir. That's
most deadly girl.
Oh, sure, deadly.
I thought you were that mostly dead girl.
Yeah, mostly dead. She's mostly dead. My reputation. You've heard of me.
I don't want to go on the cot.
Oh, VR, how I miss thee. Ish. Yeah. Well, I went back in because I was like, oh, well, I got to play Hyperdash, because a lot of streamers were like, oh, you got to come in and play with me. It's a lot of fun. And Solaris, but I went into Onward and it's been a while. Oh my gosh, I forgot how much your heart beats in the beginning when you're just like, wow. It's, people suck so bad that, my heart is pounding.
Oh, so it's just because they're irritating you, not because of stress. No.
I was kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get back to this match and take a look. Hyperdash players noob stomping? Never.
No.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's a bad habit that a lot of us develop when we're young, the whole noob stomp. But you realize that, what's fun in the game is not necessary. I mean, winning does feel good, but it's everything that happened in between that's real fun. When you win the game, then it's over. You want to stretch it out. It's one of the reasons why, like, when you're playing a match against somebody and you've obviously won, and so they just like concede the victory, you're like, oh, because you didn't want the match to end.
Oh, because you're having so much fun, because it's all about fun, which we have to say right now, because there's really no money in VR esports currently. So,
well, speaking of money, actually, Thrill is planning on throwing a Pop 1 tournament. Fairly soon.
Right, yeah.
And he actually has sponsors and money and all kinds of things that he's willing to throw at this.
I know. I wrote my check.
He's in dire need of a league organizer. I have given him people that I know that are really good at it, and I was like, hey, use these people. He's like, I just want to. He's like, I want to be involved and I want to put my name on it and stuff like that. He's like, but the actual organizing part, I don't have time for that. And I was like, neither do I. That's why I don't do it. But here's some people who do.
There's a lot of tournaments going on. I know VR Central's in the chat. He's doing a tournament as well. So the last tournament I did was Final Assault.
That's right, with the airplanes and the tanks and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we got ourselves our first sniper set up. I do not know what team. I cannot read this player. Skinny Fat. What team was Skinny Fat on? Skinny Fat
Solaris? Is on Solaris.
Solaris, okay. So as a Solaris player, trying to find themselves a good sniper position. I can imagine that the rest of these guys over there are also Solaris players. They're making a play for the drop. Usually a risky thing, but in the very beginning, you run up on that one. You're usually going to get there before the other team can.
grab those bananas.
But they are hanging out in the middle of like our move is you run up on that, you grab everything, and then you bail. Like you got to get behind cover. This is a cover game. So you want to be like running from cover to cover. Or build your own cover.
Right? And like whenever you play, you're like always building the...
Oh, I'm all about superior position, man. That is like my entire life in this game. I always make sure that I have high ground. I always make sure that I have superior cover. And that whenever I see that the area is collapsing based on which way it looks like it's collapsing, that's where I'm going to set up. It's a lot of thought, a lot of thinking on my side. And the reason why I have to do all that thinking is because I'm a terrible shot. I just garbage aim in any game that I play. So I have to rely very heavily on outthinking the other players. Yeah, that's the only thing I can do.
World champion in sprint vector.
Yeah, that's right. Undefeated world champion.
Yeah, I'm undefeated in a lot of games that no one played.
It is undefeated world champion because I didn't play the other guys who ended up competing. They ended up breaking the game. They were so good. All right, so we got Izzy setting up in the little refinery over here. We got some sniper fire going back and forth. We got people over by the warehouses. I don't know if they're actually going to get over all the way over to the armory before the zone collapses. They might. They're actually going through the mountainous region that was not too long ago added to the plains of death. The killing fields, as we like to call them. We got ourselves some windmill climbing as well. Solid move. Still technically works as long as no one sees you doing it. But yeah, we've got a couple of Hyperdash players set up in the refinery, and they are taking fire from Solaris players, but it doesn't look like they're being too serious about their fire, so I wonder if they're there as bait and that the other team is actually going to try to come around from behind. If our cameraman can find out where the rest of the Hyperdash team is, that might help us understand what's going on.
Stuff I really like.
He's just getting that high ground.
For that. Yep, that's where you want to be.
Gotta get high. The problem is that there's a player on the windmill that has higher ground. But I think what Izzy has noticed is that he's about to lose zone, which will push them off the windmill, giving Izzy a clean shot. Is that Fathead, the real Fathead? Is that his name?
The real Fathead?
I can't read it. It's too... Yeah, I think that's the real Fathead. So Fathead was also backing up Izzy on these rocks. The 404 horsemen is also they're all just hanging on the rocks. They're just ready to pick off people that the zone pushes off this high ground. Brutal. They're just going to go full-on sniper. Now they're throwing down zone grenades to push people out of the little factory building that's in refinery. Or is it complex? I can never remember the names of these places.
I like complex. Drive-in theater.
That's funny. Everybody was doing that from the very beginning. Everyone knew the names of all the places on the map, and my brain just could not commit them to memory. Okay. Evidently, our cameraman's computer is losing its mind.
Yeah.
Man, they've got every sniper position set up way in advance.
Look at that. Hey, is that that's cover, right? Hey, how did they play up here when it was spinning? You said it was spinning in the beginning?
Yes, in the beginning we didn't use them as cover. In the beginning we didn't really have a lot of good meta. We would just all run around and try to kill each other. The meta of really understanding your cover and positioning developed much later into the quest era of the game. Early on, it was just, sneak attack. Grab a shotgun, gold if you could find it, and get the drop on some people and put them down. All right, here comes the final battle for these rocks. That or some people deciding that they just want to rush them, and then once they get pushed past these rocks, and they're already getting ticked off by the storm,
there you go.
That the snipers will end up finishing off the entire game. Yeah, they are at a severe disadvantage on Solaris right now. I don't think they realized what was waiting for them. We got grenades coming in as good as that's going to do anybody. I mean, that zone grenade, that's grenades in general in this game. Like early on, you could really pinpoint those grenades and do a lot of damage with them, but people just got really good at avoiding them. Again, the cameraman's computer's losing its mind.
Do not up there.
Fourth horseman.
Look at that. Oh, that was some good building.
It's fourth horseman. I thought it was 404 horseman.
I like 404 horseman.
I do too. That's a new name, trademark, patent pending. We got ourselves severe battle. I think plenty of res is going back and forth to make sure that they can keep kind of in the fight. But since they're stuck in the storm, it's just a matter of time before they're dead. They can't assault on this. It doesn't look like they have enough build materials to do anything about it because no one's building forward to push them in. So they're kind of hosed as they see them drop like flies. Got some builders. We got some flyers. We got some rainbow kitties getting shot out of the air, and the game is over.
The whole game?
The game is over. Hyperdash wins. Well done, Hyperdash. You cheating bastards. I'm just kidding. All right. So, well, you know, they're going to do a little bit more stuff, trying to mix some things up, trying to make the matches a little bit more fair. I do believe that the longtime Population 1 players were just like, oh, see, the zone is going here, so we need to go over there. And everybody's like, oh, sweet. We skipped to the end. It's like when you play Valheim for the first time with that guy who's played all the way through and tells you everything. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I did get some really good advice from Tia from Pop 1 advice, which is if you shoot first, then you're likely to win. So
that's not advice I would go with. One of the reasons why is if you do shoot first, now everyone knows where you are.
Okay.
I rarely fired a shot in that game and won a ton of matches.
Okay, don't. You know what? That sounds like you're like really awesome, which I'm sure you are, and your hair's great.
I was,
but it's the people you played with, so don't act like they were.
To be fair, yes, I played with the best players in the game. I played with really top shooters, and as a result, we would win a lot. But we had several times where we would get split up, and those guys would get kills, but they wouldn't get wins, and whoever I was playing with would get wins. And the reason being is that I don't have good aim. If I don't have good shooters on my team, I'm going to lose 100%. But I had superior tactics at the time. Now, the top shooters I played with, they ended up first figuring out my tactics and then surpassing them by so much that they 100% did not need me anymore. But at first, they were learning. It took a bit to learn it. That's my thing. I can learn a game faster than everyone else, but I can't keep up. Like, once people catch up, they surpass me by more than I can get to.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Wanting good shooters. That was me too when I was playing. I was like, okay, you guys shoot, and I will draw on the map. So
I will draw dirty things on the map.
I do. I want to get like Fathead did such a good job of giving me some, facts about everybody. So Fathead produces midget porn. So that's pretty cool. He's also a VR athlete across multiple titles. So you must have heard of him. But
only a tenth of the titles that Pesky is.
Okay. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, so let me get this straight.
That's probably a reasonable estimate.
Your friend, Fathead, was like, hey, we like you. You're a good guy. Come cast this game. And then you do, and then you shit on him.
Not really. I mean, everybody knows Pesky plays all the games.
Yeah.
That's pretty much known. As a matter of fact, high praise is to say that you play a tenth of the games that he does.
That is true.
His Oculus library's got to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I like that. I already know how many cashews Pesky has given a game before it's even launched. You
like that inside track?
Yeah. Yeah. So he's like, okay, now this one's gonna work.
All right, we're hearing some shots fired as our cameraman tries to figure out where he wants to see. It looks like someone's already knocked down. Or not. We'll see what's going on as these people try to
This is the best view. That is my favorite.
Just right up against the wall. It's like, but I can see through it. That counts, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's learning the swap around. But not quite the follow cam. That's the trickier one. I was talking with some of the other players from the other games, the kind of tools that they have in their games to do esports and about the stuff that we need Pop 1 to do. I know a long time ago, like I kept saying, hey, I'll give you all this information. Same information I gave the Hyperdash guys, like long time ago. It's like, it's free, man. VRespawn, we just want to help everybody. Here it is. Here's the information. And they were like, yeah, we'll get back to you.
Yeah. I'm just here for the free jackets.
Yep. So, speaking of jackets, there are plenty of jackets you can unlock in this game as long as you get enough points. Or have money.
Or want a jacket.
Game jackets. Anyway, so our players are still kind of eluding, still trying to figure out where they're going to go. I got it pretty much on good authority that we're going to see the Hyperdash guys line up pretty much where the zone is going to collapse to for final. They get such advanced warning where the final zone is going to be in this mode right now they're playing, so they don't really have to guess. It's not as much guesswork as you normally get in a big every man for himself kind of match where you're just really taking guesses and the RNG really gets a piece of you. And first one on the scene. I cannot read this name to save my life. It's red on red.
Yeah, red.
No, I mean, that's the name is red on red.
Just go with it.
It's red, yes, it's red.
Yeah.
It's hogwash. Hogwash.
Oh, this.
I just saw that there was a name hogwash on his little scoreboard. We're just gonna wait for the. We just need the cameraman to.
Hogwash is the Solarian.
Solarian. Well, he was a little bit further back, so I think these might be Hyperdash players. Although I think this Rainbow Kitty character.
That's Hogwash.
That's Joe Smoke. Joe Smoke is Solarian, right?
So he's a Solarian.
Yes. Okay.
Full time.
So he's looking for somebody to say hello. We got Crash Zone. I'm guessing that's another Solaris player. Nope, he's firing back.
That doesn't mean anything.
It could be every man for himself. I did not get a good look at the scoreboard to see what the teams were, to see if it was like, multiple teams or just 2 teams. Hopefully our cameraman will just hold up the scoreboard for a little bit for me, like in the center view of the camera, and we'll take a look just to be sure.
He's already not playing. What more do you want?
I know. That or Joe Smoke is like way out of position. It's one of the two. I don't know.
Is that quick? I can't see.
With a coat like that, Joe Smoke's at least got a lot of experience in this game. Oh, come on. You gotta hold it open longer than that. Hold it. There's an A and a B team. Okay. Oh, and it looks like the B team is actually going to be the Hyperdash players, and they're already down a guy. All right. Thank you very much for that information. That's very useful for us. But Joe Mama, just looking for some sniper shots. Got that truth spray up. Right now, it's very low level action as they're trading fire inside the safe zone, or what the final safe zone is going to be, as they try to establish who's going to have dominance over this zone. You want to make sure that you dominate that zone pretty dang early if you already know where the final match is going to take place.
Oh, nice. I like that cover. Wait, I can't see who that is. Nice.
Yeah, and it was said in the chat, Hyperdash actually has... We consulted with them way early, and the league players have continued to give them feedback, and so their esports tools are top-notch. So be sure to check out their semifinals coming up Saturday, so you can actually see how great the quality is and how fun the game is. And keep in mind, be sure to type ! giveaway so that you can enter into the 2 giveaways that are being held for Solaris game keys and for Hyperdash game keys.
Yeah, let's give some Solaris love here. Although I'm holding a magazine, VR Trend, with Hyperdash on the cover. Gotta go for the underdog, right? Although, wait, are they tied right now?
I do not know how many players are left alive on either team without a good look at the scoreboard. I mean, granted, you can res anybody. Like, there's no timer on that one. There's no penalty. I mean, you come back with very little health, but it's not a big deal to die. It's a big deal to die way out of position, but it's not a big deal to die. So right now, they're just trying to fight for who's going to have dominance. There's not a lot of cover in the area that they're about to collapse to. So everybody's on bigger cover that is just outside the area. And some guys are starting to fight it over the middle. There's this middle house that already has some build on it. There you go. You got a lot of people down on the Solaris side. So that's not good for them. It looks like they only have, like, I think 4 people left. Not many. Maybe 5. I didn't get a good count. But they are definitely on the ropes right now if they don't get these reses off. I mean, even if you get these reses off, if you don't have access to health, you don't have access to shields, it's not going to do you any good. Well, it'll do you a little good. Distraction, mostly. All right, we got a guy rushing in, and Fathead just knocked another one down. Fathead got the M60. We just talked about this, Fathead. No using the M60.
We just talked about this.
Yeah, M60 is a total cheese weapon.
Well, he got desperate.
Everybody was talking about it on Reddit. They were like, that game should not be allowed in competitive play. Because it just rips right through any kind of cover you got. It's just, yeah, it's totally OP. We got ourselves a res trying to go. Fathead's going to get up there and get him.
Oh.
He just rezzed everybody. They were all on top of him. They all scatter with no weapons. And down they go. With katanas even. Fathead pulled out a katana for those final kills. We didn't get to see those on the screen though. That's where cameraman's got to work on some cameraman skills.
I'm just focused on
the katana kills.
Yeah.
See, well, you got a katana and a shield now with that katana, right? And you get a little bit faster that you can run with it. Seems like that'd be something you'd be into, right?
Well, I was just actually thinking of Katana, the DC character. So.
Oh well, yes, also Katana DC character, or Katana Mortal Kombat character too. Sure.
What's Mortal Kombat?
best game ever.
I know. Oh my gosh, you're hilarious. Everyone play a joke on Poonanners.
Who has no sense of humor? This guy. But anyway, I do believe they might try to do a little bit more in the game, but that is best 2 of 3 to Hyperdash. No surprise there, since Izzy and Fathead were both playing. They definitely needed to sit this one out.
Wait, you know what? This is interesting though, because it's a funny crossover. You know, like I said, like we have to meet a neutral ground to see what other games like of players. Like I kind of want to see like the Tilt Brush community like go against. I don't know.
Well, since Tilt Brush is an art game, so subjective, we would have to have like a panel of like Olympic judges where there's the one judge who always rates stuff low. So they like do something, we do it like it's figure skating.
No, we put them in a shooter.
Oh, you take Tilt Brush players and put them in a shooter.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Let's put them in a shooter that has building in it, so that you have them like basically just straight up doing artistic expression as a method of winning the match.
Ask that.
I can see that, maybe just a little bit. Beat Saber players, to see how good they are with the katana in this game. Just everybody katana.
Oh yeah. Just like out of control, but only to good music.
Lipinski actually brought up, what about bringing the Onward community? Actually, a lot of people in the Onward community, including GloboCam, were there like the 2017
beta. It's
and
like
I was turbo dunking on those guys for a long time before. I think it was Thunder Pilot. Thunder Pilot kind of played with him a little bit to give him like some of the tactics. We did not play well together, but he understood like some of the basic concepts of the game, which are fairly different from Onward. But once he got it, him and his brother just took off and they started doing lots of murdering.
I love Thunder. He's the one that got me into esports.
Yeah, Thunder Pilot and Otto, they're good people. We like those guys. All of GloboCam we really like though. They're good guys. They're really good at the game, but they're not total jerks about it. But they're
not total jerks.
They're frighteningly smart. Frighteningly smart though. Like if you ever sit down on like a virtual desktop or something like that to watch a match with them, they literally tell you what everyone's going to do long before they do it. And I was like, well, y'all played this game a lot with the same people. How do you play in a match with brand new people? That's a real question.
Oh, so I guess they're not playing Onward anymore. Yeah, well, actually, I'm just getting back into Onward. So
has it gotten better since the Quest debacle?
No,
it's still bad.
Well, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's like I was in a lobby and everyone on the other team was eliminated, but the round didn't end. So would you say that that's a bug?
Yeah. But how did the game look, though? That was really what upset a lot of people.
You know what? Tilt Brush should go in there.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing
change
at all.
The subject.
Can't say something nice, just don't answer the question.
Well, the cool thing though is that the reason why, I don't know, the games are kind of, it's like a battle between PC, VR, and then Quest, but Quest is getting more people on and whatnot. Although Pop 1, I played that only on the Quest, and that didn't seem to suffer from being on the Quest. So I think it was like played right into it. What do you think?
Were you gonna try Hyperdash?
Oh yeah, yes, with side quests, right?
Is that a side quest? I think they released already. They released beginning of this year.
Then maybe I know that's how this started. Well, I'm just pushing side quests because shame.
Fair enough. They did start out on side quest, but they got their official release at the beginning of this year. Which is why a lot of things are taken off for them, because it's such a well-polished and really fun game. It has these very fast gameplay mechanics, including grinding mechanics, are really fun, but it's reminiscent of like early days Quake Tournament, which is why a lot of people who like that really high-speed play are having fun with it.
People personally like Hyperdash. Alex, his person.
Well, Alex personally likes it, yeah. And I agree with Alex. Hyperdash is really fun.
That does sound like your speed.
Yeah, as fast as it can go. Well, that's the thing, is that if the game's really fast, like super fast, then it comes down to who can think faster and not so much who can shoot really good.
No, I see our producer Cammie is in the chat. She's a Pavlovian, and they go fast because she has no attention span.
Ah, well, that seems like the way to go.
What'd you say?
That seems like the way to
what
go.
What were we talking about?
Who?
You did it again!
I caught on after a minute there.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, my wife has been making fun of that, too, how, like, lately I've just gotten so slow. Like, we'll watch, like, a stand-up comedian, and he'll tell the joke, and everybody will start laughing, and you'll hear 2, 3, and then I start laughing. Head trauma. What are you going to do?
We have Ready to Play saying Solaris does tournaments too with prize pools. How big are those prize pools?
Solaris,
give me some numbers.
Solaris has some incredible producers over there too. They're really doing a lot to get started, but be sure to hit !giveaway and you will actually be able to see a link for Solaris game keys, which will also help direct you at their YouTube channel and their Twitter so you can keep up to date on when they're doing more giveaways, when they have tournaments, sign-ups for teams. You can get in on all of that action just by hitting !giveaway and knocking out some of those links. Granted, some of them are still in the chat, so if you've been in the chat for a minute, you can just kind of scroll up a little bit.
I see Cammy is making hits at me, but whatever. It's true, though.
Yeah. I feel like a Solaris, like its general look and appeal is like if Tron didn't have a night mode, right? I think that's accurate.
Tron, my eyes just hurt thinking about it.
Tron is Tron is permanently in the night mode theme, right? And so, like, if you could see what Tron mode was not in night mode, because we don't ever do we even call that day theme, or we just call it the mode we don't use, like regular versus night mode? But anyway, that's what it kind of looks like. It has like this Tron-esque aesthetic, but it's much brighter. And it is a run and gun as well. I don't think it's quite as fast as Hyperdash when it comes to speed, but it has a lot more going on in different ways. So there's a lot of fun. You should check it out. And you can get yourself a key to play the game pretty easily if you just go to that giveaway and give it a try. Oh, we've got ourselves one man. Oh, I thought he was about to climb himself some tower action.
Yeah. Oh, that was just for some flying.
Yeah, he decided to get himself some distance, I guess. But I thought for a minute there we were going to have ourselves a little bit of a tower climber. That's an old meme from like early days of the game and early beta, where people would just come in the match and they would just climb to the top of the tower just to see if they could. And you have a kid who died very early on. They'd be like, I made it to the top. It was so cool. It's like, there's nothing up there, dude. There hasn't been anything up there forever.
We have someone asking, when are we doing the giveaway?
That is correct. The giveaways will end at both those giveaways are actually run by the separate guys who helped organize this whole thing, league heads and what have you. The Hyperdash one is being run by Fathead, and the Solaris one is being run by Dazzle. I always call him Daz.
Dazzler.
Yeah. And
go into their pimped out Discord.
That is correct. They actually have it a link to their Discord in the giveaway. We're going to do a link to the Discord, and Gleam wanted them to pay money for that, and I was like, well, I guess not. But anyway, I digress. He will be handling those shortly after this is all over. They're going to jump in there. I already showed them, because like this is new to them, so I showed them how it all works. You literally just say contest over and rolls the dice, say how many keys you're giving away, roll some dice, and it gives you all the email addresses of people that you need to email your keys to. And then you just go through the list and you're done.
Lipinski is in the chat. Lipinski is giving away pictures of his feet. So there's that today. And Poonanners is giving away hairspray.
Oh, no. I have a very limited supply of a very particular hairspray. Oh, with maximum strength hold. This stuff is industrial grade. It's actually been outlawed in several countries. Militaries aren't allowed to use it anymore. One of my favorite jokes to do with the hair is to grab one of these breakaway bottles and like smash it on my hair. It's like, see? Nothing happened.
Yeah. I did that once and you didn't even know.
Oh, Lipinski's toes are freshly clipped. You know what that means? Everybody break out his
you don't want those pictures right now.
No, everybody
wait a little while.
Everybody break out F. Lipinski's.
Let it grow out.
Everybody break out F. Lipinski's OnlyFans account. You're going to see some great freshly clipped toenails pictures. Courtesy of F. Lipinski.
Of the toes, the feet, or just
the freshly
nail
clipped
clippers?
Feet. The freshly clipped feet.
Okay. So not the nail clippers.
I don't know. I think you're starting to rub off on me, Vivian. I'm getting to your level right now. All right, we got ourselves some more fighting. I guess they decided to play themselves a legit round. I don't know. I didn't see any change up. Izzy or Bart's down here all by themselves. I did not see in the scoreboard if they decided to put Izzy on their own team. So I'm going to wait for our cameraman to kind of, after this altercation is over, which it might be over soon, but I think Izzy might win this fight. Yeah, Izzy's real rough to fight. You want to hit Izzy with everyone at the same time. You don't want to one-on-one Izzy.
No. I'm going to do that immediately.
Yep. Izzy's got a lot of experience dealing with this stuff. And I see a lot of dead people on the ground. 1 res. I was hoping for 2 reses. 1 res, 2 res, red fish, blue
3.
res.
I was thinking the exact same thing. We must be close in age.
Yeah, close. It was 6 years, 7. All right, so we got ourselves the classic sniper in the dish move. There's a meme from a long, long time ago. Let's see if we can get the camera around now that that fight is over. Get a look at this thing. You see A and B. Yep, nope. They have not split the teams up at all. I thought they might for like a 4th round. Maybe they wanted to go best of 5. Maybe that's the plan. Trinidad.
The beginning, but how do you play this game?
Well, what you do is you point your gun at the bad guys and you pull the trigger until they die. Or you die, you know. Either one can happen.
No one ever thinks that they're the bad guy.
That's the idea, though. Anybody who's not you is the bad guys. You just shoot at them.
Yeah.
So we got quick cosplay, trying to get some shots off.
There
Got
you
some
go.
nice cover, trying to break Izzy or Bart's cover. Izzy or Bart can't have that many build materials. Don't rush. Don't rush over there. Stay in your cover. No, this is a classic mistake. When you have superior cover and superior height on the enemy, there's no need to rush them. It's absolutely unnecessary. They're screwed where they are. Izzy finally going down.
They're bored.
Yeah, Izzy finally gets knocked down by Ryder. We got, it looks like 3 more players from Hyperdash closing in. Maybe 1 more. Nope, that's the end of the match. So now it's 2-2. Maybe they are going for best in 5.
Best.
He got
overall.
got that 0 kill squad total. Oh, what they were doing?
Hugs.
Let's see if there's hugs. Let's take a look at these hugs. Okay. I guess
those were really good hugs. Those are the same kind of hugs I get. Nothing.
Nothing hugs? You mean invisible virtual hugs?
Yeah.
As like as just like a random enigma pops behind you and gives you hugs.
We're drunk.
A little bit. I could use some more. I'm starting to fade. But yeah, so looks like they're going to get themselves into, I'm hoping, another match. We'll get ourselves something fun going on here. A little 2-2. Izzy or Bart showing us what she can do in a one-on-one fight. Well, so she's doing that thing they used to do in Kung Fu movies where she's clearly outnumbered, but they wait to just attack one at a time.
Kung Fu, because I'm Asian. I get it.
Yes. That's exactly why I said that.
Yeah.
I can be sarcastic sometimes. I've been practicing.
Very good. That was really good. Good job.
Now you're being patronizing. Patronizing, I know what that sounds like. That one I'm good with.
What does that mean?
Well, what patronizing means is, yeah. Now when I get that one. I get some things. Okay, I'm not completely inepted. Well, what's going on here? We got ourselves a team meeting. We got some fist bumps.
Let's see.
Everybody's making friends.
Whoa, look at this. We're just getting the total rundown here on Solaris and Hyperdash.
What's the total rundown we're getting?
Well, with comfort, intense for what's Solaris?
Hyperdash, he's giving us what it says in the store.
Yeah. Hey, it says Solaris is the contest, fast, vicious. Come bang with us.
Well, now we're
Friday
sold.
night. Huh?
So now we're sold. We have to go.
Yeah, sure.
Any game that says "come bang with us."
Yeah.
You know, I never thought about saying that because, like, you could say that with a shooting game. Like, if you wanted to, like, you know, do what young kids do, where they try to invent their own slang. You say we're not in a game shooting people. We're banging people. You know, bang. I was like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. I'll take that. That I can bonk, go to horny jail.
Hey, that is very VRespawn-y. That's the second time I heard that this week.
That's very VRespawn-y. I've not heard that before.
Which just goes to the point that it is very VRespawn-y.
What on earth are they doing? Are they just continually rezzing each other in the storm? What?
Zing and then stabbing.
Oh, I guess they just needed the match to end really quickly. It was
maybe they wanted to bring in others.
It said the match was over, but then the match wasn't over? Oh, the match was over for him, maybe? I'm so confused about what's going on. It looks like there's a bunch of people on the tower. It looks like we missed that.
Maybe we were
I don't know what the I guess the cameraman wasn't informed the match was starting. I'm not sure.
No, maybe we weren't informed.
I was watching the camera guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were watching the camera guy just like
I was just trying to be nice. Camera guy, you're doing a good job. He's doing as good as we would have done, I'm sure.
It's so hard for me not to channel my mother and be hypercritical. I try really hard.
Oh, Friday sessions with
yes. It's all about
lay
honesty
it out
here.
On us.
VRespawn's all about the honesty.
Yes, we're here for you.
We do our best. Well, I mean, depending. It's situational. But speaking of the situation, that was a match. I think that they were going to do like the tower meme thing, but the cameraman hung out inside the spawn with a bunch of other players who I don't think got the message about doing the tower meme, so we didn't get to see that. And it looks like a lot of people are leaving, so I think we may actually be done. Don't fear the Reaper's like, yeah, it's me shaking my head. Yeah, so I believe that may be the end of it. I think everybody has left that lobby, so I don't think we have anything else left. I guess they wanted to leave it at a 2-2. They're like, we'll just leave it at a tie, and everyone will be happy, and we'll go home. Hooray! Right?
Soccer. Yeah. Sure.
Well, okay. Vivian and I are starting to fade here, so we're going to try to grab ourselves some more drinks.
For yourself, I'm going to go play Hyper-Eris.
Well, yeah, but we have to play it drunk, right?
Duh.
Okay, so I've been Poonanners. This has been Vivian. Check us out on Twitter, or not, it's fine. But if you do, you're going to see us share stuff with you that you don't want to see. So probably don't. Or do. And it really depends on what you're into. But what I am into is virtual reality, and so is Vivian. Vivian, you want to send us home?
Yeah, absolutely. Check back with us. We're streaming more Pop 1 with our pro players. We have more tournaments coming up. And as of course, thank you to Hyperdash and Solaris for putting this together. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, they've got a good sense of humor and it seems like a good group of people. So check out their Discord. And if you didn't win the giveaway, play the game anyway and come hang out with us because that's where we're going to be.
I mean, they're all really cheap, so just, you know, if you can get it for free, can, but if not,
he doesn't mean that. He means it's inexpensive. Wow.
Man. Cheap. Everything's cheap to me.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, guys. Have a good Friday night.
Is it this button?
It's hard to see what kind of man I used to be. Now I'm empty, void of fear. How can a mind just disappear?